Welcome back to the show. My name is Julio, and today I will be reacting to a video that I watched many years ago and never thought that we'd be living at that moment right now, 2024. Somebody sent me this video about Yuri Bezmenov. Wow, it was crazy. It was 2013, 2012 when I saw the video for the first time. And the entire video would be in the link description. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. Interview happened back in the 80s. I believe 84. I will praise the video right here. This gentleman right here, Yuri Bezmenov, he explained what we talked about in a video about Glenn Beck, when he staged, when he presented, the one world order and how communism would be taking over the United States. He explained it beautifully. Surprisingly, he explained that, 40 years ago. That incredible. So it's been in the works. It's not like it happened overnight. It's been in the works. It's been happening since the 60s. And we see now the culmination of that subversion, how destroy United States from within. So without further ado, let's roll the tape. Let me plug this in real quick so you guys can hear it. The video, I will stop the video here and there. I will put caption because I cannot hear it from here, but you can hear it from over there. Put the best picture possible so you guys can see
understand. When
let me see right here. Oh, sorry.
the Soviets used the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in four basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. For the last 25 years, actually it's overfulfilled because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success. Most of it is done by...
I believe that phase already completed. Like he said, it's already been done. It's being completed. You see it now in colleges. Charlie Kirk, he's debating people in colleges, and you can see the way of thought, the way of thinking, the way how they express themselves, and how, when you counteract their ideology with logic, they just fall apart and they start calling names and they start getting angry and whatnot. So that's basically a demoralization effects of what's going on. It's been three generations since the 60s. So now we are basically reaping, what they saw. Now we're picking up, everything they already planted in their heads. Now we see it in colleges, institutions, media, and whatnot. It is crazy how people think communism is not a bad idea, air quotes. So we have to be careful, and we are in that moment of our last chance, like Glenn Beck stated. So let's continue with the tape.
By Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards. As I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When a military boot crashes his balls, then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization. The next stage is destabilization. This
That is exactly right. I mean, it happened. It happened so many years. That's what they call it, useful idiots. The Soviet did, because they used the youth. Once they used them all, they shot them. I mean, they basically disposed of them because they were no use anymore. That's what they call it. Like when they realize the facts and when they realize the end game is too late. I mean, they're gonna receive a kick in the fat bottom, like he's saying. And it's going to be too late for them. And that's why they call it useful idiots, because they don't see the end game on this. They just see what is in front on their noses, and they will believe whatever they want to be panther, and they're not fond. The fundamentals it's not on facts and the logic. It's just a idea, idea everybody will be the same, and idea of equality and inclusion and diversity. That's why they believe in. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They will not believe it, even though if it's true.
This time, subverter does not care about your ideas and the patterns of your consumption. Whether you eat junk food and get fat and flabby, doesn't matter anymore. This time, and it takes only from 2 to 5 years to destabilize a nation. What matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. And you can see it quite clearly that in some areas, in such sensitive areas as defense and economy, the influence of Marxist-Leninist ideas in the United States is absolutely fantastic. I could never believe it 14 years ago when I landed in this part of the world that the process will go that fast. The next stage, of course, is crime.
Wow. I mean, he already stated that he's been in the U.S. for so many years, and he already saw. I mean, he's an expert, and he saw the process happen in real time. We didn't realize it until Obama pretty much came into power, that we realized that something is off. 2010 or 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's when you still see. That's when you see the fundamental change that he want to enforce, and letting man to the woman's bathroom and start integrating this ideology. That's happening. That's when I believe I'll separate myself from the Democrat in that time frame, 2011, 2013, and then Trump came in 2015, and I became full blown Republican after that. And it's that been happening. It is crazy how people believe in communism and ideology. If it makes no sense to me. If you see it, if you use logic, it makes no sense. But people believe it, sadly, and they think we are the fascists, and they think we are the imposters and the bad people. But we're not. We just love our country. We want our freedom. We just want to be free. That's what we want. But they don't. They want everybody to be on the same level, and that's not a reality. I mean, we cannot start from the same level, but we had the opportunity to grow as much as we want. I mean, if you want to be poor, you be poor. If you want to be rich, you strive and you work, and you do what you have to do to be rich. And I mean, that's freedom of opportunities and freedoms of do whatever you want to do without breaking the law or violating somebody else's constitutional rights. But if you do it the right way, you could do whatever you want in this country. I mean, you could be rich or you could be poor. It's up to you. Let's continue with the video. We got like 2 more minutes and I'll wrap it up.
Crisis, it may take only up to 6 weeks to bring a country to the verge of crisis. You can see it in Central America now. And after crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, you have so-called the period of normalization. It may last indefinitely. Normalization is a cynical expression borrowed from Soviet propaganda. When the Soviet tanks moved into Czechoslovakia in '68, Comrade Brezhnev said, "Now the situation in brotherly Czechoslovakia is normalized." This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to bring the country to crisis, to promise people all kind of goodies and the paradise on earth, to destabilize your economy, to eliminate the principle of free market competition, and to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., with benevolent dictators like Walter Mondale, who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfillable or not. Your leftists in United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize the nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much. Some of them, when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot. But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split, and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in...
He's absolutely right. It happens time and time again. It just, communism, it never works. And he just stated right there, it happened all over the place. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're getting something out of this video, I really appreciate you like and subscribe and share this video. Also, we have some merch. I will leave my email down below if you want some merch. I'm working still on the webpage. I'm still having issues with the pay process, but so far so good. We have some hats, and we're about to have some shirts, some hoodies in there. Also, before I go, let me see what I forget. Yes, every video that you watch here, it will be posted down, the link down below. Let me do a shout out for this video because I got this video from Offensive Freedom. Let me subscribe right there. Offensive Freedom. Got this, that's this short video. It's a 6 minute long. I will leave his link down below. He posted this video about 4 years ago. And also I will post the full video, which is an hour and some change. So let me know your thoughts. Are we in the process? Can we revert this? How we can revert this process that was going on right now? I mean, it is up to us to change it. I think 2024 is our pivotal time to change the direction of our country. Stay safe. God bless you. And vote. We got one more chance. And this is the last one. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.